What's going on, guys? Yes, Fortminorproject back at it again in here for the video for you guys for today. And in here for my, that's right, Slammiversary Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2019 pay-per-view review, thoughts and opinions, and got the tablet as always, so I'm going to get right down into it on what happened, and as well give my thoughts right afterwards. So, we actually started off with a match that really wasn't announced until basically the pay-per-view was going on, and where we had a really cool opener between Willie Mack, Jay Chris, TJP, and as well Trey from the Rascals. Of course, with that, Trey and the rest of the Rascals were able to have a match to see which of the two basically will move on to the Tag Team Championship match later on for Slammiversary. That happened most recently on Impact, but this one was a really cool opener, and we had Willie Mack getting the win and everything, so it could have went either or, but you know, I thought it was a cool opener to start things off, even though it was kind of random in a way, but it ended up being a really good match, so can't really complain about it for too much. Then we had, of course, the Tag Team Championship match, Impact Tag Team Championships on the line. We had the North on this one, who were able to be Tag Team Champions at Bash at the Brewery, and as well, we had them face LAX and as well the Rascals. Originally, I had the Rascals on this one, but in the end, we had the North winning and retaining the tag team titles, which is fine since they just won it and everything. Unfortunately, I think Santana from LAX had an injury, which was unfortunate, so hopefully things will be fine there. And for the North and everything, I want to see where that goes, and hopefully that would actually be a good enough lengthy title reign from them, since LAX kind of had it for quite some time. Then we had First Blood between Eddie Edwards and Killer Cross. I feel like this one could have lasted a lot longer, and I liked how Killer Cross had the face paint and everything going on for him. And pretty crazy that Eddie Edwards actually sacrificed Kenny the Kendo Stick and actually breaking it apart and helping out with him getting the win over Killer Cross. So not too sure where things are gonna go between those two. I've been enjoying the feud and everything, so we'll have to wait and see. Next, what we had Moose and RVD, and RVD since his return, basically showing he still has it, he can still go, and it's pretty amazing there. Actually, surprisingly, Moose got the win, and that's a pretty big deal. He's able to do that, so maybe he'll get into the main event scene and everything. I feel like it'll be needed for Moose and stuff like that, unless he's gonna face other ECW legends, if you want to put it that way. So that would be pretty interesting. And also, I'll get into this, well, probably now that we saw running by Rhino itself, so who knows what Rhino's going to be able to do and everything since he's fresh out of his contract from WWE. It seems like, obviously, at this point, we didn't really physically see him, but he was in the mask, and who knows what will happen and everything. So we did get to see him for Slammiversary, one of the surprises and only big surprises that we did get to see. On the next match, probably the match of the night for me, and the match that I was looking forward to the most, the Knockouts Championship match, the Monsters Ball, which was really dope. We basically seen it all between Taya Valkyrie, Jessica Havoc, and as well Su Young and Rosemary. And I was going for Rosemary on this one to get the win. Jessica Havoc almost got it with the insane, crazy like tombstone from like the top rope, which was really crazy. Yeah, we've seen it all. Like I said, the ladder, we saw the chairs, we saw the thumbtacks. It was crazy. I can't believe that Taya Valkyrie actually stole the win from Jessica Havoc. So it's pretty interesting to see where that's gonna go. So Taya Valkyrie retained and still Knockouts champion somehow. Next match, we had the X title on the line with Strawn and as well Johnny Impact and everything. These two are actually going at it back and forth quite a bit, and Johnny Bravo trying to help out Johnny Impact and everything, but that wasn't the case, and surprisingly, Rich Swan got the win there. I was thinking Johnny Impact would actually get it somehow, but not really, so that was pretty much it with that. Then the Impact World Championship was on the line, Brian Cage and Michael Elgin. These two kind of like evenly matched and stuff like that, and Brian Cage actually was able to regain the world title somehow and was able to keep that. Michael Elgin basically pissed off and stuff like that. and not happy that he was able to see Brian Cage win and stuff like that. And kind of like what we saw recently on Impact, where he just basically went crazy and looking to attack pretty much anybody in sight. Even Don Callis at one point kind of did it again and everything. So that's pretty interesting to see that things aren't fully over. I think that's the given that we are going to get a rematch at some point, whether it be at Bound for Glory or whichever or before. Then who knows? We'll have to wait and see. And I'm pretty surprised with the main event here. We had the intergender match between Sami Callihan and as well Tessa Blanchard for the main event of Slammiversary for last night and everything. So I was really going for Tessa Blanchard to get the win, but Sami Callihan, he was able to get his win, which is really crazy to actually see that. I can't say I'm not too mad at it because Sami Callihan was able to have the respect out there for Tessa Blanchard. Who knows what that means, if they're going to be able to get along this time, quite possibly. So that remains to be seen, and that's pretty much it with Impact Wrestling Slammiversary in a nutshell. What happened? And it was actually really enjoyable. I will say that I thought it was actually a good pay-per-view, and I liked how it was, not so much filler. It just went one match after the other, and it actually had a good flow. That's what I like to see. It was like 2 hours, so it was easy to sit through, and that's really cool with that. So that's about it with Impact Wrestling Slammiversary. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Leave it in the comments down below. Be sure to like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and as well hit that notification bell to stay up to date for all my other videos. And until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video, whenever the hell that next video may be. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week, and until then, I'll see you then with the next video. See ya. Peace.